Yo, got my good coffee. How's everyone doing? Oleg here with another book review. And as you can see in the title, this is the book that every man should read. Now, what book is this, you're wondering? What book is it? It doesn't even have a title, this book. Anyways, this is probably one of the most important books I've ever read in my life, and that I think every man should read in general too. I've talked about it in a few of my videos already. I've been meaning to make a video about this certain book alone as well. I've talked about this book in many of my videos, on my Stoicism video, and I've mentioned it before, but that book is The Guide to the Good Life, Ancient Art of Stoic Joy. I first got this book recommended by How to Beast. Shout out, he's one of my favorites on YouTube. He said this is one of the few books he recommended to read. I read it around 2020. Blew my mind, changed my life. I swear. So now for all of you out there wondering what Stoicism is, first of all, I'll give you a simple Google definition. Stoicism is the endurance of pain or hardship without the display of feelings and without complaint. So that's the easy definition, and then more about it in depth. Google definition is an ancient Greek school of philosophy founded at Athens by Zeno of Citium. The school taught that virtue, the highest good, is based on knowledge. The wise live in harmony with the divine reason, also identified with fate and providence, that governs nature and are indifferent to the vicissitudes of fortune and pleasure and pain. So, Stoicism, founded by the Greeks, and then was transferred throughout the Greeks and the Romans. They both studied it and practiced it. The Roman emperors more notably used it. Some famous Stoic philosophers are, probably the most famous one is Marcus Aurelius. He's one of the great emperors of Rome, big idol of mine. He wrote the Book of Meditations, which is one of the famous books on Stoicism. And then some other popular ones are Epictetus, and there's a few other ones as well. So that was basically the Google definition. My quick definition of Stoicism is basically a philosophy of life to keep you having tranquility and maximum joy as much as possible, and peace. So it's basically like not being too egotistic, but basically controlling what you can control, being in the present moment, and being grateful for everything that happens, while also striving for more. So not striving too much, like I only want more and more, like being in place and appreciating everything around you by realizing that it can all be taken away from you, while also enjoying the joys of life. And in that way, when you're more joyful in what you do with your purpose, you actually attract more and become more successful without even trying. So my biggest takeaway from this book and Stoicism is controlling what you can control. So basically, say your tire like pops or something on the road. Most people are gonna be all mad. They're like, my day is ruined, whatever. If you have a stoic mindset, you'll be like, okay, this happened. Nothing I can do about it. It literally already happened. Negative emotions and anger will have zero positive effect on this. This happened. What can I do next? And then you just focus on what you can do next. You fix it. You call somebody, whatever, and move on with your day. Period. All right, new location. Gotta go outside while there's too lit. But all right, so moving on. That's like the main definitions of Stoicism. Now I will go on to the main principles of Stoicism based on this book, Ancient Art of Stoic Joy, Guide to the Good Life. So there's a lot of things that go into it. I've read so many books on it, but I'll go over the main principles from this book. So number one, negative visualization. So a trait of Stoics is negative visualization. And some people can argue this is bad, but for them it's good and makes you appreciate life more because it'll make you more grateful. For example, I'm here on this deck, beautiful weather. So what they would do is they would envision being homeless, for example, and maybe being like a blizzard out here, me in the blizzard, and just being uncomfortable and not having any of this, being homeless. And what this does is just makes you more present and grateful. I would just look around me and I'm like, I'm on this deck, beautiful house here, beautiful weather, family, everything. And it just makes you more grateful. Or maybe you're sleeping in bed and just imagine yourself in the woods, pouring rain, something like that, no bed, no house. And then you just say to yourself, wow, what a beautiful moment. I have this bed, I have this shelter. So that's the main concept of it. Not envisioning and being negative, but envisioning that you wouldn't have what you have, so you are more grateful about it. Next up, next main principle of Stoicism, according to the book, is dichotomy of control. So this one is a huge concept. I've already touched upon it a little bit. And basically what it is worry about what you can control. So like I said, something happens, you just worry about what you can control. What can I do next? It already happened. What can I do next? If you become angry about it, if you're just pissed off, you won't be peaceful, you won't have tranquility, you won't have joy. You can control how you react, you can't control what happened. You can control what happens next. And this will bring you a lot more calm in your life, a lot more tranquility, and a lot more joy. Just, you can control your reactions, so you just gotta do what you gotta do and focus on what you can control. If you can't control it, forget about it. It's not worth your reaction. You can't do anything about it. If you can control it, do something about it, because why wait? Just do it, and you can be happy. That's it. Alright, principle number 3 is fatalism. So what is this? A lot of people focus on the past, focus on the future, present, whatever, and there's like pros and cons to this, but you know, like the sayings everyone says, you got to be in the present or whatever, you can't have too much anxiety or depression, whatever. But basically what they say is you can't worry too much about the past or the future, because the past already happened, it's out of your control, and I mean the future you can control, but you just won't be as present in the moment. So by fatalism, what it means is you gotta, so the Stoics, especially the emperors, brought a lot of success to them without even like trying, or because a lot of people, like, they try really hard to be famous, be successful. But the Stoics would enjoy life and enjoy their purpose and enjoy what they're doing, and this would attract more success without them even trying. And you got to be wary about hedonistic adaptation, and this is what a lot of people go through. It's when you're striving so much for something and you get it. Say like you're striving for some job, you keep getting higher positions, you have a family, you have a house, you keep striving for this, and then you're there and you're like, okay, I got it, I'm bored now, and like you don't know what's next, so you just keep striving for more money, and that way you're just in a cycle and you're never satisfied. So what the Stoics do is they're present and they're satisfied because of things like negative visualization, and they enjoy every single aspect of life that they can enjoy, or they try to, because they focus on what they control. But what if you're like homeless or something? What if your situation's shitty? They get that. You can't always enjoy life. So you gotta be satisfied with what you have, but you can seek for more. You can seek for whatever you want. Everything you want in life, you can have right now. That's one of their sayings as well. You don't have to wait. You can have everything in your life that you want right now. There's an abundance of everything in the world, and you can have it right now. You can have your purpose right now. You usually gotta be wary about hedonistic adaptation, so you can be present and you can be happy and you can be joyful. You just gotta be satisfied with what you have and enjoy the process, enjoy the journey. It's like those kind of cringy sayings, and just keep striving for more while enjoying what you have right now. Next principle, number 4, self-denial. So what they mean by self-denial is seeking discomfort, basically. Many different techniques to seek discomfort, but what Stoics do is voluntary discomfort, basically to not get too comfortable, not get too soft, keep the mind sharp, keep your body sharp, because too much pleasure is bad. Stoics enjoy life, but they understand that you need discomfort for confidence and for growth and to be a true man and to keep doing hard things, you know what I mean? So there's different techniques. You could take cold showers, you could, I don't know, like work out, go through brutal workouts. You can sometimes like go in the rain a little bit, like do things that are just uncomfortable. Walk on stairs instead of taking the elevator. Just do little things like this, little practices of discomfort, so you could value pleasure more, and you could be more like toughen up, not as soft. So you could do different kinds of things and keep having that confidence, self-growth. Lastly, principle number 5, meditation. Stoics value meditation. Stoics value it in any way. There's many ways of meditation. You could do the proper meditation, like stereotypical meditation. You could have meditations through prayers, through talking to God, through going on walks. You can have different kinds of meditation, but it's very important so you're present and you're just in tune with everything. It's a very important principle as well. Moving on, next up, number 6. Moving on from, this is the last thing I'll talk about principle-wise. Those are like the 5 main things. And there's more that goes into this, but this is the 5 main things from this book. But the last thing I'm going to talk about also talks a lot about social life as well. So Stoics value enjoying life and tranquility, right? So we are social animals. That's principle number 6, social animals. We are social human beings. We are social animals. We value relationships. We value, because it brings us joy. We are social animals. We like talking to each other. So basically what the Stoics say is we gotta realize that sometimes with other people there will be negative experiences and it won't always be the best for us. But that we should maintain relationships because this will bring us joy and tranquility. And we should not think of what others are thinking of us, because it's out of our control and it doesn't matter. If you want tranquility, if you want peace, then you don't care what other people think. If it's negative, whatever, who cares? You just got to be yourself, and this will actually attract you more to people when you don't care and you are true to yourself. Got it? So those are basically some main principles, and I'm happy to share those with you guys. I hope it all helped. The rest of the book talks a lot about things like managing emotions, anger, fame, things like modern stoicism, how it's like kind of dying out, and how it can be practiced in modern life. So different things like that. I actually read this book in 2020, and I'm rereading it right now because I forgot a lot of these things. You gotta update your mind. You don't just read one book once and then it's with you forever. Just like you don't just work out once and it's with you forever. You gotta keep working out every day. Just how you gotta keep reading every day. It's just how it is. And I read this book 2 years ago, so I'm rereading it now to keep my mind sharp with stoicism. And it's reminding me about a lot of these things and bringing a lot of value to my life. And honestly, it's made me control my situations a lot better. It's made me a lot more peaceful and joyful. And I don't react to stuff as much as I used to. Before I would react to stuff. I'd be angry, this, that, whatever. Now I'm like, okay, whatever happened, what can we do next? We gotta fix it. And I'm just a lot more happy in my life, I'm not gonna lie. And I think every man has gotta be stoic or have some principles of stoicism in them so they can be peaceful, stoic, and calm in managing situations, because a lot of guys go through a lot of pressure. They have a lot of pressure and weight on their shoulders for like work, business, sports, college, I don't know, whatever. And you got to be able to manage these situations like a boss. You got to be able to change your life within seconds and do what you got to do and stay calm, remain calm, and get it done. All right, now we go on to my favorite quotes. So you can stop watching here, that's the main principles, or if you want to listen to some more of the favorite quotes, keep on listening, because I always write down my favorite quotes. I take notes for every book I read. So here we go. So, number 1, of the things in life you might pursue, which is the thing you believe to be most valuable. Next, the second component of a philosophy of life is a strategy for attaining your grand goal in living. This strategy will specify what you must do as you go about your daily activities to maximize your channels of gaining the thing in life that you take to be ultimately valuable. Alright, next. A virtuous individual is one who performs well the function of for which humans were designed. We were designed to be reasonable. Stoics thought there is nothing wrong with enjoying the good things in life, good things that life has to offer, as long as we are careful in the manner we enjoy them. You must be ready to give up the good things without regret if anything changes. One key to happiness, then, is to forestall the adaptation process. We need to take steps to prevent ourselves from taking things for granted once we get them, the things we worked so hard to get. Next, easiest way to gain happiness: learn to want the things you already have. I love this shit. I love everything. I already have everything I need in life. Next, negative visualization. I already talked about that. There we go. Right there. Stoics would work to improve external circumstances, but at the same time, Stoics would suggest things they could do to alleviate misery until circumstances improve. Next, it's foolish to spend life in a state of self-induced dissatisfaction, when satisfaction lies within your grasp. If only you change your mental outlook. It's all in here, baby. Most important choice in life, according to Epictetus, is whether to concern ourselves with things external to us or internal. Next, it is impossible that happiness and yearning for what is not present should ever be united. I don't know. Next, if we can learn to want whatever we already have, we won't have to work to fulfill our desires in order to gain satisfaction. They will already have been fulfilled. While teaching us to be satisfied with whatever we've got, also counsels us to seek to attain things in life. Social fatalism. Back to fatalism. We should operate on the assumption that they are fated to behave in a certain way. Pointless to wish someone was less annoying, for example. That's just how they are. Who cares? Alright, a few more. Being angry is a waste of precious time. Next up, people are unhappy because they are confused about what is valuable. If you have a philosophy of life, decision-making is relatively straightforward. When choosing between options life offers you, you simply choose the one most likely to help you attain the goal set forth by your philosophy of life. That's why this is very important. So that wraps it up. You got the main principles, definition, and the quotes. So that's basically it. I think every single person should read this book, or at least learn about Stoicism, because I think it'll make you very happy, tranquil, and joyous, and peaceful in life. So hope that you enjoyed. I'll be coming out with some more. This is in my top 5 favorite books, maybe number 1. I'm rereading it right now. Absolutely insane. So I hope that helped. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys get some good knowledge gains from this. Slava Ukraini. See you next time.